Hi everyone, I've taken a thick sheet of watercolour paper and sanded off the top layer with grade 120 sandpaper to see what interesting effects happen when I apply mixed media. I'm applying clear gesso now with a cheap brush. In hindsight, a DIY sponge roller would have been smooth and easy, but it will still be fine. I'm painting it right across the paper and going to let it dry. This was my reference photo that I took in the orchard in Portugal, and it inspired me with the look of it being a bit swan-like, I felt, but I wasn't quite happy with it, so I popped it into Lightroom, and quite a challenge it was. I wanted to make it a sort of bluer and more inspirational, and this I felt was it really. So I've put oil pastel for the neck of the swan and added some water with my trigger spray and my brush going round the neck of the swan before adding the yellow watercolour, letting it flow all the way down across from the corner, tilting the board as I go, as I usually do, just enjoying the watercolour flowing across the paper. I thoroughly recommend you do this often. And now I've let it dry. As you can see, it dried lighter. Before spraying it again with clean water from the trigger spray, I'm dropping in some red watercolour. You could use alizarin, rose d'or, scarlet lake, just any transparent red, and let it flow into the wet areas. It won't flow into the dry areas, and as you can see, the blue oil pastel of the neck of the swan is resisting the paint. So I let that dry and then I wet it again, and I'm just manipulating and having fun really with the watercolour. Not really, it's quite abstract, it's running across the paper very quickly with this mixed media project. So it's all a bit hit and miss, but I'm just painting in a background of foliage and grasses, and I know it will be all right because there are no mistakes. We just paint how we feel at times. This is a spontaneous painting, and I felt it needed warming up, so I added some manganese violet watercolour before adding cling film about the size of the painting itself. I'm just dropping it almost onto the painting, lightly pressing it in a very random fashion so that I'll get lovely textures. Leave it to dry for a few hours. I usually leave it overnight and get on with another painting or something else. So it's dry now, thoroughly dry. Peel it back and you'll see beautiful textures, beautiful background textures of the foliage and the sun shining through from the top right corner. And now you can see it's beginning to take shape. So this is acrylic ink, titanium white. I'm going to paint it where I want the neck of the swan, and I'm going to add a swan in the distance, just a basic S shape really, squeezing the top of the pipette of the ink, letting it run down. And here's my swan in the distance, just a suggestion of one. I want to keep it very loose and abstract almost, but so that we can see that actually it could be swans. Very relaxing. Now I've got past the first stage. I've never done this before, so it's all a big experiment, but it's good to try something different. Just suggesting a few feathers now on the foreground swan's back. And now I'm adding red, diluted red watercolour from a spray bottle. And as you can see, it's spreading. It's spread a bit more than I thought it would, but that's okay. because I can contain it with, this is a dark colour ink tense block. I use these on most of my paintings. They're so dramatic and vibrant, their colours. They're good for defining as well, and putting in detail, a little bit of detail. So I'm building up the swan here, bringing round the ink tense block for the shape of the body, and now the foreground. It's popping in his the distance, popping in the swan's head, a suggestion of his eye. Or her eye. Now I'm going to, I've let it dry. This is pastel, not oil pastel, this is soft pastel, indicating the swan's feathers. Just bringing it round in a curved fashion. Pastels are great for portraying feathers or textures of all sorts. And now his back, indicating a few feathers here and there. Nothing too detailed. I don't want too much detail on this. I want it to be imaginative and atmospheric. Suggesting his beak. And adding a little bit of warmth, pink with a pink pastel. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and see you next time. Happy painting.